another episode of the AAU Overtime Podcast. Jordan DeLuciano, as always, and joining me now, wrapping up the October Player of the Month here in AAU, representing the women's division at the University of Tampa, Laura Mcgregor. Laura, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, Laura. So, Player of the Month, second ever AAU Women's Player of the Month, Taylor Anderson at USF won in September. How's it feel to be the second and winning Player of the Month representing U Tampa?
No, it's awesome. It's an honor. When I found out, I was pretty excited for me and my team as well too.
When you came to U Tampa, now as a junior, but you came as a freshman, maybe even before you showed up, maybe you're going through the process in high school, looking at some colleges. Were you aware of the potential of a hockey team down there? Did you show up to U Tampa and then the hockey team kind of just started? Take us through that process.
I actually coming in as a freshman, I had no idea that there was a hockey team here or a club women's hockey team, and the reason I found out about it was I was looking at the University of Tampa, like the club sports and, ways to get involved on campus. And that's when I came across the women's club hockey team. And I DM'd them on Instagram and I asking for more information. And, here we are today. But I had no idea, coming to college that I would still be playing hockey.
When you reached out and DM them, did you already make your decision at U Tampa, or was there any influence of the hockey team being there that led to the decision?
Yeah, so actually I came into Tampa. I was committed running cross country and track here. And so I actually, so I was running D2 cross country and track my freshman and part of my sophomore year. And then I joined the team like last year, hockey.
Okay, gotcha. Do you still run in cross country and track? You still balance that out, or now it's just hockey?
No, I'm just doing hockey now. I got injured my sophomore year from running with another. This was my second stress fracture now, so I kind of took a step back from that level of competition, and that's when I got more involved with the hockey team here.
Gotcha. And growing up when you're younger and throughout high school, did you balance both like maybe high school or travel hockey along with running as well with those two sports you went on and off with?
Yeah. So I played 3 high school sports all year round.
Played 3, you said?
I ran cross country and track in the fall.
Yeah.
Country in the fall, hockey in the winter, and then tracks in the spring.
Okay. No, so year long, you're just nonstop going, So growing up, what got you into first? Was it hockey and then cross country and track after that, or was it off the ice and then hockey came second?
Yeah, I was always like planning on hopefully running in college. So that honestly, the running, I kind of put that before hockey, but I love them all like equally. I like,
it's just unfortunate, you had the injuries that, trust me, I know when it comes to injuries,
yeah.
that happens, but fortunately for you, you had that fallback to hockey. Any team, I know you're from Minnesota, so is the Minnesota Wild you grew up watching? Any player you grew up watching when you were younger?
Not really a specific player, but I love the Gophers. I grew up going to a lot of Gopher men's hockey games and the Wild, of course.
Gotcha. Did you watch? Unfortunately, you said you're a Gopher fan. They lost in the national championship last year. Were you watching that game?
I came home for winter break, but I was watching.
Yeah, it's a tough way. Like 10 seconds in. What was that? Go ahead. Sorry.
In Tampa last year, so.
Oh yes, it was. Yeah. So
yeah.
They came to Tampa, and then you were back home for winter break. That stinks. What are the odds? That stinks. They had it at the Lightning Arena, right? Have you been down to the Lightning Arena yet?
Yeah.
Any Tampa Lightning games? I've been in that area once on vacation. It's a nice spot over there.
The Lightning games are definitely really fun.
Mm-hmm. But that's tough for you. It was like 10 seconds or something like that in overtime, and Quinnipiac won it. But Minnesota's having another good year. The Golden Gophers, another good season for them. Yep. Yeah. So now going into your freshman year, when you first started at Tampa playing with the club team, actually you said you wound up going your sophomore year, right? It wasn't until later on, right?
Yeah.
So now your first time stepping on the ice for Tampa to now this year in your junior season, anything change? Maybe the intensity opponent wise, maybe the attention you get from the school, any difference in experience from when you first started with the team at Tampa to now?
Yeah, definitely. Like even, compared to last year, the growth of our team has, been crazy. And there was a club team in place when I was a freshman, and I think they had like 8 girls. And last year we were able to have like 2 full lines, and this year we have almost 4 lines. So it's crazy to see the growth and how the program in general is growing.
And the program, and then social media presence as well. The U Tampa women's team very active, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may
We're
be. What's
trying.
that? Yeah, you're trying. Yeah, but it's fun though. So like, what's that like? Not just being on the ice and doing your work on the ice, but like having enjoyment off the ice. And creating content around social media.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to spread our team and girls hockey in general, and this league, and push it out there. I think not a lot of people really know we have a team, so it's good to get the word out there. And
yeah. So now you're playing up against teams like in your Miami, USF, Georgia, just to name a few. What's it like now seeing what those schools have to offer? It's like you're a big name school to begin with, Tampa, and now you're going up against other big name schools like I mentioned, USF and Georgia.
Yeah, so it's awesome. I never thought I'd be playing a hockey team like from Auburn before, but my team's been pretty fortunate. We've been able to walk away with some pretty decent wins this season. But that being said, this is a brand new league this year, so definitely the level of competition is still developing. So.
And then you guys, you start off your season against the FWHL, right? It's like a women's hockey league down in Florida.
Yes, yeah, the Florida Women's Hockey League. We started off this season with a tournament with them, and honestly, I really enjoy playing against these ladies. They're they're strong. They know how to move the puck, and it's fun playing with them.
Is that mainly consisted of is it college students around the area, or is that older women that still play hockey now in that league?
A lot of older women that still play. There's some younger people or recently graduated college. It's kind of a range.
Okay, gotcha. So this year, all in all, if you had to sum it up, would it be like maybe meeting some new teammates that come on board, or same teammates from the year before? How's your experience been this year at U Tampa being a part of the hockey team?
Yeah, honestly, this year has been so much fun. Like, we have so many girls on the team this year, and everyone is just so awesome. I've really enjoyed, getting to know these girls better and we have a lot of fun hanging out like on and off the ice.
And you're coming from Minnesota, so you're going from cold to hot, night and day, living all the way up in north in the States, and now you're down south in Florida. Has any been a change of lifestyle difference, any adjustment period for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely so different, Minnesota and Tampa. But, I love each places, for different things. And it was a little bit of a culture shock, coming here, but I've loved spending time.
Other than maybe like the weather difference, which is the obvious. Anything that stuck out from going from Minnesota to now living in Tampa?
I mean, not really. I mean, the hockey's different, but I mean,
oh, go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I mean, I think like growing up, like just how much like girl hockey is like prevalent, and I think I didn't really realize that that wasn't like that everywhere. So it's cool to see like the game growing down here in Tampa too, and it's cool to be a part of this league and see the growth that.
So before going into Tampa, you played high school hockey in Minnesota. Just take us through your journey before you got to Tampa. Anybody else in your family play hockey, which led to you maybe picking up the stick and putting on the skates?
Yeah, so I started playing hockey U8s, so I was like 6 or 7, and my dad played hockey growing up, but I really, you're from Minnesota, so you kind of, you learn how to skate.
You're born with the stick in your hand, pretty much, living there.
Yeah, but then I played all growing up. I played high school hockey. I started high school hockey my sophomore year. So my freshman year, I was still playing youth hockey, and I played JV my sophomore and junior year, and then I played varsity. So
Gotcha.
it just goes to show, like the level of competition up there that You know,
Yeah, you're in a perfect state. Like Minnesota's like the home for their hockey up there. Yeah, you got the Gophers as one of them, the big time up in Minnesota. Is it Minnesota that does? Could be messed up, but is it Minnesota that does that crazy high school hockey tournament? Do you know of? Yeah,
yeah,
where everyone packs into a yeah.
hockey tournament. Yeah, so I was actually I got to play in the state hockey tournament my senior year, my high
Oh,
school.
wow.
So yeah, it's something special for sure. And I think like if you're not from Minnesota, you're not super familiar with hockey, like you don't really grasp the concept of, what an honor that truly is to be part of that.
I've always said, I've obviously never been to it, but I've always seen information, videos about it. Do you play at the Wild Arena or you play at the Gophers Arena?
Yeah, the XL Energy Center.
Gotcha. Yes, and you got to be a part of that in your senior year. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
They pack them in. They do they sell out that whole arena for the high school hockey tournament?
Definitely the girls is not as much, but yeah, it's
Still a good showing. That's probably, is it safe to say that was probably so far your best experience in playing hockey in your hockey life was that tournament?
yeah, definitely.
So anything, when you're growing up running track and now you're playing hockey, balancing both of that. Now it's just hockey. You're dealing with school. Anything you like to do in your off time, whether it be at U Tampa when you got nothing going on or when you're back home in Minnesota?
I mean, yeah, I have a lot of hobbies. I'm still running, in my spare time. I ran a marathon this past summer, and being at school in Tampa, I'm always trying to like go to the beach, and there's so many like fun things to do in Tampa too, like you said, like the Lightning games. And
What was the marathon you ran?
it was up in Minnesota, Grandma's Marathon in Duluth.
Grandma's Marathon is called?
Yeah, up in Duluth.
Okay. All right. Well, is that what time of year you running that? Are you running that in like frigid temperatures or is that like a springtime thing?
It was this past summer.
Summer. Gotcha.
Pretty good temperatures, but
okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Summertime, you don't want to, like down in Tampa, you go down in the summertime and run a marathon. Not the best spot to run a marathon. Maybe in Tampa, Minnesota is a good spot, because it might be like 100 degrees down in Tampa during that time, but Minnesota during the summertime, not bad. How hot does it get in Minnesota during that time of year? Does it get up there?
It's hot. Yeah, it gets hot. And then
really?
It's freezing in the winter.
It's just completely two different animals.
Yeah. Minnesota summers are awesome though.
Minnesota summers, you said?
Yeah, and winters. I'm going home tomorrow actually.
Are you going home for the semester or just a quick break?
I'm home for like a month now.
Okay.
Christmas and so I'm planning to. I'm going up north ice fishing this weekend and hopefully skiing over break and definitely hitting the ODR, of course.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you got a nice fun break ahead of you. Wrapping up. This is the time of year when everyone's wrapping up final seasons with school. So I'm assuming you're all done with finals for now, right?
Or one more tomorrow.
I got one more. What class is it?
Calculus.
That doesn't sound fun. I took calculus in college. Yeah, don't sound fun. What are you studying right now? What is something that is going to be on the curriculum? Is it like cosine and tangent stuff?
No, it's like derivatives and
yeah, you might start throwing out terminology. I don't remember. I don't remember some of that stuff. I do remember cosine, tangent. That's about it, pretty much. That's about it. But lastly here, anything when you get back to Tampa to finish up the season, anything you're looking forward to down the line the second half of the year, whether it be at U Tampa or at hockey specifically?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to where I think hopefully getting a tournament lined up and traveling to Miami and
Nice.
The playoffs in Nashville this year. I'm really excited for that.
Nice. Yeah, should be a fun second half of the semester. Before you get to that, though, enjoy your time off when you go back home to Minnesota. And again, Laura, congratulations on winning October Player of the Month.
Thank you.
So Jordan DeLuciato here as always, alongside the AAU October Player of the Month, representing U Tampa of the women's division, Laura Mcgregor, signing off. Until next week when the AAU Overtime Podcast comes back, we will see you.